Happy Monday, guys. What a surprise when we woke up today to find an announcement that the new Bed Bath & Beyond, formerly Overstock, is copying GameStop, doing a warrant dividend release. Over the weekend, you might have seen my video. I found about 7 other companies that have done warrant dividends in the last 5 years. And we went through the details of those. And now all of a sudden we have Bed Bath & Beyond doing a very similar warrant dividend to GameStop with a distribution date exactly the same as GameStop. These two warrant dividends are going to release on the same day. Let's talk very quickly about the differences, and I want to show you the OCC memos regarding GameStop and Bed Bath & Beyond and how the options chain for these tickers is going to be treated. Stick around. You guys are going to like this one. Overstock.com rebranded as Beyond.com after buying the IP from Bed Bath & Beyond in its bankruptcy process in 2023. And then in August of 2025, the company Beyond decided to rename itself Bed Bath & Beyond and take over the unused ticker BBBY. So this company trades under the ticker BBBY. It has nothing to do with the old Bed Bath & Beyond. Unfortunately, that company is bankrupt. It's going through Chapter 11 and all equity interests have been canceled. So let's not get these confused. First of all, this has nothing to do with anybody who is holding canceled stock that is going through a bankruptcy process. This company is copying basically what GameStop did. I prepared a slide to kind of go through the differences between GameStop's warrants and Bed Bath & Beyond. The one thing that is the same at the bottom of this table here is the distribution date. Both of these warrants are expected to be active on October 7th, and both of them will be tradable. The ticker of each is in the top row here, GMEWS and BBBYW. They're both a 1-for-10 warrant ratio. So for every 10 shares of stock that a shareholder owns, they will receive 1 warrant. The float on BBBY is less, so they will have, I don't know, somewhere around 5.9 to 6.4 million warrants. GameStop will have about 59 million warrants. The share price is different between the two, $26.78 versus BBBY closing today at $9.38. And so we have different exercise prices, $32 for GameStop, $15.50 for BBBY. The potential cash raise because of the sheer quantity of warrants is also quite different. $1.9 billion, let's call it, for GameStop. And Bed Bath & Beyond is telling us they expect to raise up to $100 million should, for either one of these companies at some point, the warrant holders fully exercise all warrants before the expiration. The date of record for GameStop is October 3rd. It is October 2nd for BBBY. Distribution date, as we said, is the same, October 7th for both. And another interesting little difference is the expiration date. BBBY did the more traditional route and said these warrants are good for 1 calendar year. They expire on October 7th, 2026, versus GameStop, who did what I consider a nice little extra for warrant holders, giving them a couple of extra weeks for the warrant expiration all the way through October 30th, 2026, which gives you the potential to be in a long-term gain status on those warrants if you wait until the very end. Going over to the OCC website, we can see the Bed Bath & Beyond memo here. The GameStop one came out, I don't know, a week or so ago, and I'm going to put them side by side up on the screen here, and let's just look and see, because I get a lot of questions from you guys asking me, does the OCC memo talking about adjusting the options deliverable, is it telling us something that the OCC is worried about these warrants? The short answer is no. Nobody at the OCC is worried about warrants from GameStop or Bed Bath & Beyond. Both of these follow very standard formats. If you guys have ever looked at these memos before, when a dividend is issued or a warrant dividend, same process, the OCC has to go in and adjust the deliverables for any existing options contract prior to the date of record. And then those options contracts with the adjusted deliverable will change. So in the case of GME, they're going to be called GME1. And in the case of BBBY, they're going to be called BBBY1. Those will become non-standard options contracts. And then after the date of distribution, you'll have regular options contracts with the standard ticker symbols. If you're thinking about holding current options through the distribution and you plan to carry these non-standard options contracts, I would just say, you know, that is up to you. Just be aware that they will be less liquid and they might have wider spreads. These are not optimal conditions for you if you're an options trader. On the second page, we can see the new deliverable per contract. It is basically the same thing here. Carbon copy, GameStop on the left, Bed Bath & Beyond on the right, 100 GameStop shares and 10 GameStop warrants. And on the right, we have 100 Bed Bath & Beyond shares and 10 Bed Bath & Beyond warrants. Getting into the third page where it goes over the special risks to call holders, put writers, and uncovered short obligations. You can see the exact same language here on the left for GameStop as on the right for Bed Bath & Beyond. And this is really what these social media accounts are trying to push out to you guys as a narrative that everybody is worried about these. Look, I'm just going to tell you plain up front, this is boilerplate language. It is the duty of the OCC to inform investors that there are some unusual risks related to these contracts because they have a warrant deliverable. That doesn't mean that they're worried about anything. That doesn't mean that anything is going to happen. And you can go look up any other company that has done a warrant dividend in the last 5-10 years and find this exact same verbiage. And because I don't care to get in a long discussion, I'm just going to show you one here from July 2020 for Occidental Petroleum, ticker symbol OXY, the one that we looked at, one of 7 yesterday that we looked at that have done warrant dividends in the last 5 years. And if we go down to the third page, what do we have here? Voila, the exact same language that is in GameStop and Bed Bath & Beyond. Please do not let these people on social media tell you that anybody is worried about anything unique. They're just looking for social media engagement where they simply have not looked at enough OCC memos to understand that there is nothing unique in GameStop's OCC memo, nothing unique in Bed Bath & Beyond's either, for that matter. Boilerplate language. What is cool to me is we're going to have 2 live examples, 2 tickers with distribution dates on the same day. Bed Bath & Beyond today down 1.5%. The warrant news didn't particularly affect their stock price. It'll be interesting to see if it has the same upward momentum as we lead up into October 2nd, October 7th. GameStop has been on a nice run. Let's put that one up just to close out this video. GameStop today up 2.68%, closing the day at 26.78. We are seeing that 200 moving average on the daily flipping from resistance to support. I love it. This is kind of what I've been telling you guys. What I thought would happen is happening on GameStop. I don't know if it'll happen to the same extent on BBBY. I don't know that it has the same retail investor base willing to push the price up. So I'm going to be watching that, and I'm going to be watching what happens after the warrant distribution. If you guys have any questions about the Bed Bath & Beyond warrants or the GameStop ones, I've put out a bunch of videos already on the GameStop ones, but leave me a message down below. I love to hear from you guys, and I will always do my best to answer your questions in a loving, non-biased, non-emotional, non-hype way, as I always do. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Tony DeNaro, and I will see you on the next one.